Per tutti quelli che sono qua italiani, ovviamente questa chiamata è in inglese, perché ovviamente Imran è uno di quei ragazzi che appunto ha fatto la transition nel US market, racconterà la sua storia e la teniamo molto molto tactical, ovvero che vi farà vedere il suo framework e certe robe che sono veramente high level. I don't want to glaze Imran too much, but he's 1000% one of the best closer that I've had the opportunity to work with. So some of you guys know my story. I got into the US market almost 2 years ago. And at the beginning, I had some great results and I started working with Tristan. Tristan, our sales manager, and, he took a chance on me for a YouTube automation offer. And, I work hard. He taught me a lot of things. And I got to a level where I was the top producer there. But then after some times, I was doing also some management, few other things. So I kind of got off calls for like a month or two. And then Tristan was like, "Hey, Francesco, I have this Amazon FBA offer and I need some help. Do you want to come in?" I got into the offer, and maybe some of you already experienced this. When you're not closing for like maybe a month or two, you kind of get kind of rocky. And it was the same for me. I got on this offer, maybe first few weeks I wasn't really closing. And then at some point, Tristan was like, "Okay, uh, Imran is gonna be part of the team." I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And pretty much Imran came in. I think first day you closed one or two deals, like
Yeah.
5K. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like,
First day close. Yeah.
damn, this guy is good. And funny enough, Tristan, my mentor, was like, "Francesco, this is the call from Imran. Fucking study everything. I'm not gonna yap anymore. I let you run the show, bro." So
Yeah.
great to have you here. I'm really glad.
Yeah, my ego feels really, really good right now, dude. So yeah, no, good to meet you guys. Like there's holy shit, there's 25 people here. Good. So yeah, I'll start out with my story a little bit because I am from Pakistan. I live in Pakistan and I sell in the US market and I've beaten a lot of US based closes on a lot of the offers that I've worked on. You can probably hear me like my accent right now. My English accent is a lot better than it used to be. I got into sales in like 2022, like downright in COVID. I was going to uni at that moment and I just dropped out because my dad couldn't pay anymore. Like things got fucking tight. So that's when I like actually found sales, started working off as a setter first, worked my way up, paid for a course to actually learn how to close, and that's how I actually got into it. I was fucking terrible in 2022. Even with my accent, like I used to like stutter a lot. But with all that in mind, ultimately, my first year in sales, I still earned over like $80,000 in a year. So like fantastic, like changed my life, and that's kept going up and up. But yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to be here. I want to actually go over a call review with you guys. We can actually see how I conduct my calls, what the hype is that Francesco has actually created around me. So I actually went and got a call that I really liked, which and it's more so I these days I don't do a lot of my calls by the book. Like I like to jump around based on what the situation is. But this is a very textbook call, very strict with the framework. So it would really help you guys to understand how I conduct calls and like how we close in the US market. All right, perfect. So just so you guys are aware, like what you're actually gonna see on this. The way I like to conduct calls, I have a very simple framework, right? I want to know what the gap is, like what is the problem, what is the current situation that the person wants to escape right now or wants to get away from. I want to figure out why they haven't been able to get away from it yet. This is where you'll get a lot of the limitations out. And then we close it out with commitment, like them actually verbally and even some cases physically actually committing to changing and getting on to a different path in their life. So we'll see how we actually do that. We'll go on it. How are you?
Good, good, all good.
All righty, cool man. So I know you spoke with Andrew. Give me a
Yes.
little bit of an understanding about you. Nothing that I'm gonna just make assumptions off of. Assumptions make an ass out of you and me, as they say. So I'm curious, in your opinion, man, what's the biggest reason you actually want to have your own online business right now? Right away, what did I just do, guys? This is very important. A lot of people just gloss over it. Can somebody tell me what did I just do right in the first 20 seconds? Francesco, what did I do? You would know
I
this.
will.
But
Okay,
yeah,
no, because I thought it was actually lagging. I think you kind of took the frame right away. Like you set the tone of the call instead of kind of jumping around. You went straight into it.
100%. Yeah. Why is that so important to do that at the start of the call?
Yeah, because if not, if you enable the prospect to pretty much like you want to show authority like right away. Take the frame so they're gonna follow the lead, which is in this case,
Exactly.
you are the leader.
100%. And this is what they don't actually teach you, like out on Instagram and all this stuff. And Francisco's exactly right. How you start the call is ultimately how you're going to end it. So if you start it off powerfully, what a lot of closers do, guys, I'm sure some of you are closing, they engage in a lot of small talk, like, hey, how are you? How's the weather? How are the kids? This kind of thing, right? Or they'll talk some bullshit for the first couple minutes. It's shocking to me. Like this is what a lot of experienced people do as well, more often than not. I just like to go straight in. There's also calls where I would like maybe make a joke, but for this type of person, the reason why I felt like, hey, I need to take the frame right off the bat is because if I don't, this guy will just keep yapping, and it just makes your calls a lot longer, and you start losing a lot of authority. Does that make sense? Like you can put in the chat if that makes sense.
Can I ask you a question, Imran?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you know which type of framework do you need to follow? So, how do you know if the prospect you can maybe just lower his guard and start talking something, or just straight to the point?
It really depends. Like if somebody is coming in and they're really, really cold, sometimes I like to mellow them out. Like for example, something I like to do, like I did it today. I met this guy, Michael, right? Now, this guy who came in, he's like fucking like this guy is incredibly like he was bald and he wore glasses. Like I have a friend, he kind of looks like him. So the first thing out of my mouth was like, dude, when I saw your name, you weren't what I was actually expecting. Which like this guy came in with a look on his face like that was like what the fuck are you gonna do for me? That kind of look. I'm sure you've seen it on your calls. But the fact that I just said that, it completely broke that script, took him out of that loop. And then he was now curious, like, how does he look like and what that stuff. But that kind of like built that rapport, which then allowed us to go into the call and then he closed. Make sense? That's a good
Yeah,
question,
makes
actually.
sense.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like with this type of person, like I already know his energy is very like he likes to follow other people's lead. So I don't need to like waste time on trying to build rapport. This guy will just he's mellow from the start. So I didn't need to waste time there.
Trying to make some side income. Right now I am working a full-time job. I've been with the same company for about 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
Um, haven't really moved up for the past 2, 3 years, so I'm looking to buy a house pretty much in the future. And I'm looking to I have a
When do
family
you want to buy a
tips.
house?
Probably in the next like 1 or 2 years.
Is it 1 year or
My
2 year? When do you actually want to do it by?
preferably in the next year. Preferably no later than like
You prefer or are
2027.
you gonna do what's needed to get it?
I,
I
I
just
want to do
actually had a call with
it.
my mentor. If he's gonna tell I'm fucking amped up, is because I was just speaking like you, and my mentor who's
Mhm.
made over $100 million fucking shooting me the shit out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's the goal though. That's the goal.
Okay. How
Um,
much do you need to make that happen?
how much do I need? We are trying to save up at least 40,000 for a down payment. That's what my
How
wife
much?
and I have spoken about. 40,000.
40,000. Where are you at right now?
48. We are about 15.
15. Okay.
Yeah.
And how much, I guess, is the main reason you want to acquire another stream of income? Is it for the house or there's even a bigger goal, even much bigger goal than that as well, like for you?
Eventually, I want to replace my full-time job. I've
Like, is that too fast for you guys? 1.5 is like actually, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think for someone it could be. Maybe they're not. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I
Is
looked
this
at
better?
several advantage videos, and I I'm pretty much up in the same position that he was in a couple years ago, and um, I have a
Okay.
2 year old son. I have another baby on the way.
Oh
Um,
wow.
and yeah, I'm just
So far, what do we know about what this guy wants? What do we know about where his pain actually lies at the moment?
Not feeling like he has enough saved up to get a house. Um,
Sure. Yeah.
for sure that, but what I really do like as well, and what I've learned from you, Imran, you're not afraid to just have conversations with people. You're not afraid to just make them feel like it's not a sales call. Like the wordage that you use, how deep you go, how you cut them off and you were like, bro,
Mm.
like how much are we needing? Because they try to give ranges and you just cut it off and say, bro, like what is it specifically? Where are we at? I like that. That's what I've learned from you. But yeah, he doesn't have enough to
Mm.
buy a house. He has kids. I'm assuming it's going to go into like he doesn't feel like he's making enough to provide for them and save up for the house. But then obviously that's later on. But right now, he does not have enough saved up to be able to get to buying that house.
100%. But the thing is, like the buying the house, is that the actual problem or is that like the symptom of the problem?
For sure, a symptom.
Yeah. Like this guy doesn't make enough money. Um, which is like you're gonna see like how much he actually makes.
just looking for financial freedom. I mean, my wife is a stay-home mom, and so she
Oh,
doesn't work. She has like a side business. But yeah, I'm really looking for financial freedom and looking at, just bring some extra income to the house.
I got you, man. You got a baby on the way. You already got a 2-year-old. You've been working the job for the past 4 or 5 years. You haven't been promoted in the last two. How much do they pay you?
I'm getting paid really well. I'm not gonna lie. It's about my target pay right now is 115. Um, when I first
Is he
started, it was
close
about
to that?
that is before like taxes and everything.
This is very important what I'm doing. Like pay extra close attention. Like he said he gets paid really well, 115K a year. Now watch.
Yeah, so
How much
gross,
do you
yeah.
get to keep?
So again,
How much do you get to keep out of it?
about roughly 55%.
Where are you at?
So about I work for Enterprise. I'm a core branch manager. I start off
Oh,
as an intern
what what
in my
what state are you in to get only
Maryland, in Maryland.
Maryland? Okay, that
Yeah,
will do. So you make 115, or that's at least the target, but you're gonna keep about 50, 60K out of it, essentially.
correct. Yeah.
What makes you think that's good money? Like really?
Um,
What did I just do there? This is very important. There's two
Killed his
main things that
ego.
I've done.
You killed his ego, dude. Like you brought him back down to reality. That's great.
Yep. And the other thing as well is like, how did I do that, David?
You made him get very specific about how much he actually gets to keep versus how much he actually makes. It's like, okay, you make that, but like, what is the take home? Like, what are we even really working with here? So yeah, I like that you weren't afraid to ask him that because most people would be like, oh, okay, you make 115, awesome. So yeah.
100%. Yeah, like more often than not, people will always give you the number they think sounds good, right? With income, like we all have this issue with money because we like internally we always feel that if we make less money or if we tell the actual number or a smaller number, that people are gonna think less of us. I mean, I couldn't care less about that, but that's why most people will always tell you their gross income, not their actual net. Oftentimes, especially like how fucked US is, if you're in a state like California or like you're in Maryland and stuff like this, you don't get to keep a lot of that money. Like you get to keep 50%. Um, so like getting granular on that is so key because that's how you break their ego. You use their numbers again, like you use their numbers to actually create that mirror for them. Does that make sense to everybody else here? Because I'm only hearing David, and I don't like that. I want everybody to be speaking.
Yeah, yeah, it makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, makes sense.
Perfect. Perfect. How
Um,
much do you need to make that happen?
how much do I need?
Oops.
We are trying to save up. I was getting paid
Not about where you started, man. We all
yeah.
start somewhere, right? If you compare it to your goals, where you want to be, you want to have a house, you want to provide for your family, like you're the sole provider, and you're having baby number two. Based on the life you want to provide for them, is that good money based on your own standards?
I don't think so, no. I don't think it's I don't think it's enough.
Okay. Why do you say that? I want to understand from your perspective.
Well, I have a lot of I have school loans. I have what do you call it? Student loans. That's really, really crushing me right now. If I'm gonna be honest. And let me see. I don't have any
So,
car. Well, I get a company
wait,
car, which is great. But
yeah.
I think most of it is like student loans. I don't really have that much like credit card debt. It's really just student debt, student loan debt.
How much is
And
it?
I think right now it's about close to 60K, I want to say.
Okay.
So
How
that's
much do
yeah.
you pay? So if you're
Um,
making like what's the actual income that comes in every month in the bank account after tax, before any other deductions?
um, it is about. It depends on the month because it's commission based, but it's between
Sure.
$3,000 and $4,000.
Three or four.
Summertime can
So we're down from like 115K, which is like close to, I would say, like over 9.5K a month, to three. That's how you actually, like, if you ever get somebody on your call and they're like being a high and mighty, like, oh, I make all this money, you actually get into their numbers. That's what actually reveals the reality. I don't remember what he does for work. He talked about some manufacturing, some shit. But yeah. But the point here is to, but do you guys understand why I have to do it? Like I'm not doing this to shit on this guy or like to actually break his ego. Why do you think this is necessary and why this is going to be helpful for this guy for me to do this?
To help him
For
realize the situation he's in. Like that it's not
Six,
actually that great as he gives himself the excuse it to be.
100%.
yeah,
100%. Yeah. And like when he actually realizes that, what happens within him internally?
Mhm. He starts facing it.
Yeah. He starts realizing, oh, he actually starts confronting his reality. Um, like who asked me the question whether I go negative or positive more? Like I'm sorry,
It,
I
it was
forgot the name.
it was me. It was me.
Yeah. The reason why I always like go into the data and the current situation or the pain is for that purpose. It's like if these people don't actually come to terms with their actual reality, they will never make a change. If they're allowed to hold on to this belief that things are great, well, why the fuck would you make a change or pay me thousands of dollars if things are great? Our brains only allow us to make a change when the pain of staying the same is far greater than pain of making the change. That's the only time it will ever allow you, because our brains aren't designed to make us happy or successful. All it really gives a fuck about is, can I stay alive? Well, you can still stay alive in 60K in debt, right? But what he wants for his family and the reality of his life is that if he stays in this position, this situation will get far worse than it already is right now. And that's what prompts him to make a change. Does that make sense?
A lot. Makes sense a lot.
and
Yeah.
Perfect. Let's keep going.
be a little more. Yeah, it depends. But
Okay.
average 3 to 4. That's
Maryland
after.
after taxes,
Yeah.
40 grand. So that's close to actually 50, not even 60. 4
Yeah.
grand a month. What are your actual expenses right now, man? With baby number one still.
Um,
Further getting into his actual reality. Like what are his expenses and stuff?
I mean, besides like food, diapers, I mean, we don't buy any like formula like that, but mostly diapers, food, I think is the biggest one, groceries. Um, Currently I'm living with my brother in his house. So we have like a
Yeah.
multi-unit house. So we pay about 1,400 in rent a month.
Okay.
Um,
Does he own the house, or you guys both have the share in it?
He's the owner of the house.
Okay.
But I've been living here for about since he moved since he bought the house pretty much so because I was still in college so um yeah so it's 1,500 1,400 for the rent or for the house and then food and then fuel
How much do you get left over at the end of the month?
uh probably about 1,000 or a little more but
How are you still left with 1,000 after 1,400 goes away? You maybe have another 1,500 bucks to 2,500. Do you not
I would have
spend anything else, or what happens?
I would have to double check. I would have to double check. Yeah.
How long did it take you to save 15K for that down payment?
Uh,
Why did I ask that question? David, you're not allowed to speak on this because you know.
You want him to realize how long it's taken for him to save up.
But what's the intent behind that? Why do I want him to realize how long it's taking?
To create a bigger gap, because it will take even longer if you keep staying the same.
Exactly. Like if you guys remember, one of his goals is to buy a house. Well, if it's already taken, like, let's see, how long does it take?
we have been saving for like the past, I think, year.
Yeah. It's taken him 12 months just to even save about 15K. And his goal is like he lives with his brother. One thing, like one feedback for me, I should have actually asked him, like, how is it living with his brother? Because he definitely doesn't want to be doing that. And he wants to buy a house in the next year or so. So if he keeps going on the same path he's on now, can't do that. It will take him 2 or 3 more years, especially with kid number 2 on the way. Yes. So we're just digging. We're just digging into his present situation. By the way, like, is this actually helpful so far? Like, put a 1 in the chat if it is, 2 in the chat if you're like, shut the fuck up, let's talk about something else.
Yeah, so helpful.
Yeah. Perfect. What are you guys' takeaways so far? Like, I will tell you this, guys. I know a lot of, I'm not sure if you guys look at Instagram and all these sales coaches, US, UK, like Europe, all these closers trying to be sales coaches. They always talk about, or they always post reels of objections all day long. Like, hey, I handled this objection. I spent another 15 minutes handling this objection. I don't get objections. Like, I can't remember the last time I've actually gotten a legit objection. Like, it almost never happens. And that's the reason behind it is because the first 10 to 15 minutes of the call are done really, really well. That's the only reason. Like, when you have a very strong problem, you actually understand what's going on in their lives, like down to the every dollar they got in their bank account and how it's actually affecting their life. Not only do they trust you because you understand their situation, you have empathy, but you've also helped them see how the reality is. And the longer you keep going on this call and you do the things correctly in terms of helping them see like how much worse this reality can get, like, yeah, what are they going to object to? Like, in your guys' opinion, what's the number one reason most people give objections? Like, put it in the chat. Like, what's the number one reason most people give an objection? Yeah. Yeah. Fear. Yep. Fear is the number one thing. Yep. Andrea. Yeah. Not enough sure. Look at, like, they don't think as a product is a right fit for them. This is a lot rarer unless the marketing on the offer is completely shit. That's never, almost never the case. Because if they're on the call, on some level, it is right for them. But yeah, they don't get, yep, they don't see the value. It's discomfort, it's fear. Well, we will go over this guy's fear, which I'm gonna elicit out of him. The main reason that fear even holds people back as well, a lack of trust. That's another one. with fear being the number one, which is like the most common reason. The reason fear even stays at the end of the call is simply because you don't have enough leverage. You haven't like it's like this. Are there any people who actually have kids right now? Like you can just unmute yourself and tell me if you got kids at the moment. So everybody is okay. No responsibilities yet. uh, but like it's like this. If you imagine a mom, um, or like she has a 10-month-old baby that's sitting across from like there's broken glass in the way, right? And the baby is on the other side. Who here thinks that that mom won't cross or won't walk or run over that broken glass to get to her baby, especially if the baby's in trouble? Will she go or not?
Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Why? I
because
mean,
she'd
like it's gonna
rather
be
be.
fucking painful. Like it's gonna cut her feet. She's gonna be bleeding like hell. Why would she still choose to do it?
Because she cared about it.
Correct. That's it. That's all you need to care. That's all you need to create in the call, where they care about their future far more than they care about staying in the pain that they're already in. That's what happens. That's what will also help you overcome fear. Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. Imran, you just say that
Mhm.
actually there is the objection because the prospect feels fear. So feels about fear about spending money, fear about what
Mhm.
could, mm, because it doesn't know what there is after the payment. So in your opinion, which one? What does it mean fear, in your opinion?
Well, fear is basically uncertainty, right? Uncertainty in what's going to happen. Am I going to be successful? Am I going to fail? Am I going to invest this money and lose it? Like fear is basically uncertainty, uh, uncertainty of the future. That's what it is. Um, Now, what you're talking about, like if I'm going to pay, am I going to get the product or not? Is that what you asked me to? Like one of the options?
Yeah.
Um, no, like that's like if they don't trust you. Trust is a different thing, right? Trust is built by, again, doing this. Trust is built when the other person on the other end thinks that you actually have their best interest at heart. A lot of people won't go this deep with people. It's uncomfortable. Would it be fair to say, like, how many of you would be confidently able to do what I've just done in the first 7 minutes, every single call, no matter who's actually sitting across? Manuel, they will only lie to you because they don't. Again, it's the trust issue. If they don't want to open up about their situation, that's why. Did you listen to what I normally do with those types of people? Like if they come into the call very, very closed off. We talked about it at the beginning. There.
Yeah, some joke.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. If you make light, and you're not gonna talk about jokes that they all already hear. If they've been on multiple sales calls, they're all being asked the same thing, like, how are you? Okay, let's get into it. They put the frame and shit like that. Yeah, David, you would. You definitely would. But yeah, the main thing is it always comes down to leverage first before we even get into fear. That's always the problem that I see in, like, I've reviewed so many calls from a lot of people. Some of these people are supposedly making like 10, 20K a month as well. But they're also working 10 to 12 hours a day. last month I worked a total of 40 hours, and from this particular offer I made about 7K, and then I was doing some consulting on the side, and I did like 2.5K from there. Literally working only 40 hours in a month because I'm working on buying a house and like buying a few properties, so a lot of my time is being invested there. But that's how good you can get. Like imagine having to work 10 hours a day. That's 50 hours a week, 200 hours a month. The only way you get really good at it is if you have great leverage in the first 10 to 15 minutes of the call. Clear? Any questions? I know I like to talk a lot, guys. I'm sorry. There's so much I just want to put. What are the best way to create what I'm doing here in the call, Luca? Best way to create leverage is to actually help them see the reality for what it is. That's how you create leverage. Like where they are at, and then ultimately where they want to be. That is what creates leverage. That's what we like to call a gap. Hope that answers the question.
And
Alrighty.
if I can ask
Yeah.
you, Imran, when the prospect is like, why you ask me this question? Like, how do you deal with that?
Mhm. Do you get that often on your calls at the moment, or what makes you ask that?
No, but yeah, I think Italian market and American market, it's a little bit different. But when I
Not
get
really, man.
to,
Like humans are humans at the end of the day. Like we're given the same brain and psychology. Yes, there's still cultural differences, but that's where, like, how if somebody were to say that, how would you typically handle it?
sorry?
Like if somebody were to say that to you, like, why the fuck are you asking me these questions? What would you do in that situation? I want to understand your perspective first.
Yeah, I try to understand why this person asked me like, "Oh, yeah, why do you think I asked you this question?" But I think because usually I work Imran more just with B2B, and I think if I talk with an entrepreneur that do 20K a month, I ask you how make you feel, don't know.
Oh yeah. That's gay, dude. They'll
Yeah,
look at you weird if you ask them like, "Hey,
yeah.
how does that make you feel?" No, you can't do that. With B2B, the process is still like the framework is still the same because it's based on human psychology. The execution of it is gonna be different. Like I wouldn't be asking this guy like let's say they're making like I sold an AI offer to a guy who was already making a million a year in sitting in Australia. It was like fucking like incredible house. Like he was actually like this guy was like rich as fuck. I wasn't asking him like how does it feel that you're not making 2 million a year? Because that was his goal. He wanted to be making two, then five, then 10. I wasn't asking him. What in those guys' cases, these guys don't need the money, right? When you're talking to business owners who are doing fairly well, they don't need the money. But what they do aspire to is a higher version of themselves. It's more of a identity thing. Like, give me an example of that kind of prospect.
But yeah, I give you a personal example. I
Mm-hmm.
I I was talking to physiotherapy. I sell advertising for physiotherapy and yeah, stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. So this physiotherapy was not making money, but when I asked like more personal question and stuff like that, he was like, why are you asking me this question? Like, because what I thought that he was thinking that I'm just asking this question for manipulate and gaslighting him.
Mm, yeah, yeah. Why would he feel that way?
probably I can do something better.
Mm-hmm. Like, in your opinion, why, can you give me an example of a question you actually asked him, after which he was like, why are you asking this?
Uh, but like normal things like how much are you making? And he was just like, oh yeah, I'm just want to know the offer, and I'm
100%. Yeah.
I looking to a lot of offer, and I just want to choose the better one
Yeah.
to the start of the call.
100%. Like, that's exactly how they're gonna behave, especially the type of offer you're selling, marketing. Well, there's the most saturated industry in the online space is the marketing agency space. Like, and these people have typically used another marketing agency, or they're getting blasted with ads, right? So the trust is already low, and they're coming in thinking, hey, like, bro, tell me, what are you gonna do for me? That's their attitude. If you ask them a direct question like, hey, how much do you make right now? It's not gonna click with them. It won't. You have to you have to start off with smaller data points. Like, in what way do you help with their marketing? Are you like bringing them just more leads through social media, running ads, or how do you exactly help them?
More like leads, all the lead generation, we run the ads,
Mm.
and even a
Mhm.
setter that set the appointment for him, her.
Perfect. The first question you need to be asking these people is, what are you currently doing right now to generate leads? That's the first question. No fluff, no like, how are you? Avoid all of that. Go straight in it with them. Like, what are you currently doing to generate leads? How many leads is that generating for you a week, a month? How many leads do you ultimately end up closing? Okay, so you're making this much. Let's say a lead is worth $1,000, like a customer is worth $1,000 for them. They got 100 leads and their close rate is 10%. So they made 10K, right? The only way, and then you can ask him, okay, you make 10K in revenue. Where do you actually want to be then? Okay. So you want to be at 20, so you need an extra 100 leads. With what you're currently doing now, or you would rather ask him, like, how long have you been at that 10K month mark? And then you go from there in terms of, okay, you've been at this 10K month, stuck at 100 leads a month for the last year. If the next 12 months go like the last 12 months, how likely are you to get to that 20K a month at the level that you want to? Then you got them by the balls. Now he's going to submit to you because you've actually helped him see the gap, see his reality for what it is, and he can't bullshit you anymore. Now he's going to respect you. Is that making sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, you get the data off of him. With B2B, there is going to be, like, again, it's the same process. Like, you're still building a gap, but you're just going about it in a different way. But yeah. Once you have him by the balls, now you can ask him, well, what solutions have you tried so far, or what have you done to get to that 20K a month? And it'll tell you all the shit of like the different marketing agencies tried, or he's just stuck with referrals. And then you can ask him, like, how come he's not done more if he's had this goal for 20K? And then you'll get a bunch of excuses or limiting beliefs, and then you handle that, which we're probably not going to be able to talk about in this call. But yeah, at least that beginning would help you get rid of that. Oh, why are you asking me? Because that pisses me off. um, I typically like to call out. Like, if somebody tells me like, hey, why are you asking me? I'm like, time out here. I'm sensing a lot of tension from you. Like, what's behind that? And they'll tell you they don't trust you, or they've been burned by another salesperson. It's a little bit more advanced stuff. Uh, but the other way is the best way is to avoid it from even coming up, which is what I went over just now. Okay.
Cool, thank you.
What gives me confidence is ultimately practice. But it's probably not the answer you want to hear. because like that's
That's
probably
good.
like the most common answer. But it will
Mhm.
take some practice, and I will add this. The reason why you don't have confidence isn't because you're not confident. Confidence is kind of like it comes in phases at times. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
it's accepting that you're gonna fucking suck and finding a way to be okay with it, which is ultimately the secret to all confidence, is to be okay in your own skin, which is easier said than done. I'm actually working on it myself. If you With confidence, here's what I will say. A lot of the main reason why most people don't actually or hesitate to challenge people is simply because they want other people's approval. They want the other person to not be offended or not see them in a negative light, which again is like our whole fucking culture of this entire world. Which it's not really your fault. This is how you're conditioned, but that's why you're doing it. Because your brain feels like, oh crap, if I offend this person, I might die. That's how it feels at times. Which is
We
like
get out of
ridiculous,
this.
right? Yeah, which is ridiculous. Like you're not gonna die, but our brain is the same from the time of Adam. Like when Adam was put on this earth, the brain that he was given
Yeah.
and the people, like it's the same fucking brain. And back then, we used to live in tribes. Like we used to live in communities, small communities. Getting kicked out by the tribe or disapproved by the tribe literally meant death. You're on your own, you will not survive. Unfortunately, we still have the same mindset, deeply ingrained within us. So the only way to overcome it is to, well, guess what the answer is, Noy? How
Do
will
it
you overcome
and
it?
repeat it. Repeat it.
Yeah,
Repeat it.
yeah,
Repeat it.
repeat it. That's it. This is
That's
why
good
I would
shit.
I would recommend if you don't already have a girlfriend, go out to the mall, randomly cold approach 10 girls a day. Get rejected 5 to 6 times every single day for fucking 30 days. There's no prospect in this world who's gonna have bigger balls than you. I can guarantee you that. Like the best way to go about it is actually get rejected. And more you do it, I mean, getting rejected by random girls
Mhm.
isn't that big of a stake. Getting rejected on 10 sales calls straight and you won't probably have a job. You will get fired because this is a very competitive industry. So that's what I did. And I still suck at cold approaching, just so but it did allow me to have enough confidence that allowed me to practice my closing skills enough where I'm now smooth as fuck on sales calls. But yeah.
That's good. That's a good
Andrea.
point.
Ron, I noticed about listening to your call review and listening to the advice you gave Andrea, that the common pathway in your way to sell is, tell me if it is correct,
Mhm.
get a lot of data in number, and then find a gap of where the the prospect wants to be. So talk about his goal for a minute, taking him to a positive way, and then just let him go down until the pain of where he is now, letting him to see the reality. So that's your way to sell, right?
Correct. Yeah. That's how I like to do it. Um,
Okay.
Sometimes you can get the positive, like sometimes you'll ask, like, especially this is like more in BizOp, right? Like this is like the biggest industry. In BizOp, you'll get people who will tell you straight they don't make enough money or they're struggling financially. Others will say, hey, I want to make more money than what I'm making now. Either way, you go to the present situation. Like, what do they currently, how does their life look like right now? And then you can contrast it with a positive goal, which will stretch that gap. And like, hey, like my life is shit. Holy, I'm at 5K a month and my life, like I can't pay for my kids' vacations. I can't do shit. I want to be making 10K a month, right? So it creates that
Okay.
contrast. It's like, oh shit, my situation sucks. 10K a month is a way out, but I don't spend a lot of time on that 10K. Simply because one, it's not guaranteed they'll make 10K or succeed, right? So I don't want to even like, to me, it's manipulative to actually future pace people. I got it from a friend. He's a really good salesperson as well. And the one thing that we both agree on is like to future pace people, like show them all these dreams and selling them the dream. This is how you fuck people. and like you elevate people's expectations. But if you sell in the way where like you're helping them see what their current reality is, and then selling them on overcoming their fear, their limitations, and taking action, that's a lot better because they're not going to come in with inflated expectations to be disappointed. Because a lot of people, let's be real, most people will try a lot of things for 2 weeks and give up, you know. But if you've done a good enough job in the pain and the mindset section of the call, but overcoming their fears, they go a lot longer. A lot of the time. Like a lot of the people I brought in to this program that I sell that Francesco was on, a lot of those people are actually killing it. And I didn't talk about their goals at all. Make sense?
Yeah, a lot. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Lorenzo.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
How much time have you been working on sales, and also how much money have you spent on mentorship and yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I've been in high ticket 4 years now. Probably spent over like $40,000-$50,000 up until this point in
Got it.
training with multiple different people. Yeah. You'd have to be really good first and foremost, and then you also got to be known for being good. That's how you make money in the US market as well. But I mean, in any market. Like first work on your skill set. So yeah, you're right. Like get better at the craft and put out your results. That's how David or Francesco know. Like we've worked on the same offer. That's how they know who I am or what I'm capable of. And then I have my Facebook and my IG, which I post very, very little on. But people know. That's why I get offers all the time. Like right now, I'm talking to somebody and they just offered me a 25K ticket price. So like that's $2,500 a sale, you know. But they only are offering that to me because they know I can do well. So you could probably do the same in the Italian market. It's probably going to be less chance because as you're saying, I do know with EU versus US, it's a lot easier to sell to the US market, especially because they got access to credit. Like the amount
Yeah.
of people I've had who buy my program because they can use credit is insane. I would never do that myself. Like I would never like put it on credit, but like the access to credit in the US is just like it's almost like breathing to them. Everything is on credit. With EU, it's a lot different. You got to have money to be able to do so, which reduces the amount of like the demographic that has money is a lot lower, comparatively speaking. So yeah, from that perspective, it would be harder. Yeah. See how it goes.
Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah.
man.
Francesco.
Before we wrap it up, and by the way, so much so Simna, so thank you for coming on. Do you want to share why it's so important to invest into your skill set as a sales rep? Right? Not just for the skill set itself, but also for the like congruency alignment, right? Because most guys here, I know some of them, even told me like they never even invest into themselves. So you invested more than $40,000 to your own skill set. Do you want to share what's your take on that?
Well, like the way I see it is one, as you mentioned, like the congruency. How can you ask people to give you thousands of dollars and invest in themselves if you're not willing to do that yourself? Like, who here would actually ask for marriage advice from people who they know are chronically single and haven't had sex in over a year, like in over a year? Who would ask for marriage advice or dating advice from somebody who's that single? Nobody. So it is like if you're gonna be confident, who was yeah, Noe, you were talking about like confidence, right? Part of my confidence comes from my skill set and also like in mentors I've invested in, I can borrow a lot of their confidence when I suck at first. Like they tell me, hey, you can do this. If you don't have anybody telling you or pushing you or supporting you, like it's very, very tough. Yeah, you got to be willing to invest in yourself. The other part of it too is like I like to get successful I like to get rich quick. There's that old saying, yeah, there's no such thing as no, there is. There definitely is. Like I went from a broke college kid to making my dad's salary like I made 80K. My dad made like in Pakistan, like he made maybe like 15K in a year. That was like nearly six times my dad's yearly salary, and I went from being a broke kid now being able to afford uni. But that's only because one, I was willing to work hard, and the first few little bit of money that I made, I put it into a coach. That's what like skyrocketed me from making like 1 to 2K, which was still like by Pakistani standards was good, but I know like I needed a lot more money than that. Like I went from 1 to 2K to like 6, 7K within like a month, 2 months. That's how quickly. Now imagine if I try to figure it out on my own. How much money would you be leaving behind? Like it took me 2 months to basically 6x my income. That's 5K a month I would be leaving on the table hadn't I gotten that support. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. When you really do the math, like really everybody should write down what their goal is, how long they've had the goal, and what actions they did not take that they need to take to get to that goal. You multiply the gap that you have by the amount of time you had that goal, and you'll see what not taking those actions are costing you. The big one being investing in yourself. Yes, Sarah, go ahead.
Question in terms of the initial step, right? Or when you jump into this market as a closer. So the level of preparation compared to the actual trying and maybe fucking it up on the opportunity itself, and how was that for you? And if you had to go through setting first and closing later, or was it just right away closing?
Yeah, I did DM setting first, because like I used to follow a guy who pioneered in DM setting. Every Instagram guru types DM and stuff.
Mhm.
Me and that guy actually created that like in 2019, before that. But then I transferred into high ticket space in 2022. That's when like yeah, I didn't like go and do setting. I just became a closer straight away. Like I know there's a lot of people tell you like, hey, you should be a setter first and move to being a triager, then you actually can be a closer. That's bullshit. You don't need it. You just have to have belief in yourself. You have to have confidence in yourself that you can do it. You're a human being. You can do anything. Like Elon Musk became Elon Musk not because he's anything special. Like he doesn't have any fairy dust sprinkled on top of him, or he doesn't have a bigger brain than us. Same brain. It's just how hard you're willing to work and how many risks you're willing to take. That's what it will determine.
Thanks.
Alrighty.
So you said that you never been to Italy, Imran, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Since I'm gonna be back in Italy pretty soon, I'm organizing like a meetup with the community. So if we get, I'm gonna put like a number, a goal amount of people. If we can reach that, we're gonna buy your ticket and fly you out to Italy on a PJ. So you can't even complain about fucking 3 hours
PJ.
flight.
Oh
Gonna make
yeah,
that happen.
for sure. Yeah.
Thank
No, I look
you.
forward to it. I thought I was gonna visit Italy on my honeymoon, but hey, earlier is good too.
That can be your honeymoon, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah, no,
much, Imran.
100%. Yeah, it was good meeting all you guys, and I always love to yap anyways, but yeah, it was good to know that my yapping actually helped some people and like gave some people good understanding.
It's
So it's always
almost
fun.
2 a.m. in Pakistan right now.
Yeah,
Man,
1:34
man, you're
a.m.
crazy.
Yeah,
Fucking legend, bro.
yeah,
Fucking legend. No,
yeah.
thank you so much. And by the way, maybe we're
Awesome.
gonna have you back if you wanna give us the opportunity. Maybe we can have you back in some time and we can actually finish the call, go through some more
Yeah,
tactical shit. But thank you so
yeah,
much.
Okay.
absolutely.
Thank you very
I'll see
much,
you guys.
Imran.
Thank you, Imran.